Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm the Mellow Mama. This is Donovan here. And today I'm going to talk about some tips for co-regulating with your child. If you're new here, what's up? I'm Kate. I talk all things conscious living and conscious, respectful parenting with the help of lots of great resources, books, and of course, my experience as a mom to Donovan. And today is a really important conversation because we talk a lot about the importance of emotional regulation, our children being emotionally intelligent people, but the way that we support that and encourage that is by co-regulating, by being able to be unaffected, not taking our children's behavior personally. And the same thing goes even if you're not a parent. I think that the best thing that we can do whenever people are having a hard time is recognizing that they're having a hard time, not giving us a hard time, and actually just knowing, having the actual tools to support them in those times, because after all, it's human to have a hard time and it's completely normal. Express those big emotions in a positive way, to express ourselves in a way that is, conducive to growth, an actual better, deeper understanding of what we're thinking or what we're feeling and why. We have to give this to our children over and over and over again, as well as we have to give this to our partners. We have to give this to the people that we have relationships with in our lives. And it's harder and harder, in my opinion, to do this with adults. I think it's easier to be more empathetic with children because they're new in the world, they're so fresh, and they have less tools and experience handling these big emotions. Not to mention that, big emotions are so healthy for our children who have so much to process and understand as when it comes to being a human being and what this life experience is truly like. It's hard and confusing. So if you're watching this and you don't have children, don't turn it off, because I really think that co-regulation is something that we all can do better at for each other, not just for our children. So without further ado, here are some of my favorite tips that help me personally co-regulate with my son Donovan in his difficult, challenging moments. The first big one I already stated, and that is not taking the behavior personally, not taking anything that your child says, even in the terms of, like, Donovan sometimes will say, "Go away, mommy, go away," or "Don't touch me," and I don't take that personally, and I know it's hard not to. It's a very egoic thing. We feel insecure about the relationship that we have with people, and when they say something harsh like that, it's easy to interpret it as like that they don't love you or appreciate you or value you. But especially in the case of a child, when anyone is experiencing heightened emotions, one of the most easy things to do is push anybody away, because we are having a hard time and it's hard to process this, and connection is difficult in those moments, especially for young people. So what we need to do first is remove ourselves from their experience. Remove our ego here, get rid of our insecurities, and simply see the situation in an objective way, an observational way, and it has nothing to do with you. I love the book, you should read it, The 4 Agreements. I think maybe the first agreement is to not take anything personally, and it's such a wonderful life skill. Yeah. My next tip would be to pay attention to the tone of voice that you're using, to the way that you're using your body language, right? Because we communicate primarily with things other than our actual words. So be mindful of what you're actually doing when you're communicating to whoever it is that you're trying to co-regulate with. Are you speaking in a rigid, loud, abrasive tone of voice? Or are you speaking calmly, quietly? You have intense, abrasive gestures and movements. How's your posture? What is your face saying? Or are you relaxed? Are you a calm, warm presence physically? Are you inviting for someone to feel comfortable in such a tense experience, in this tense moment, to come to and feel safe? Because really, in these times when anybody is having a hard time, they're feeling unsure, there's a lack of security, of confidence in their sense of reality and what they identify with. I know that's very deep, but that's truly what happens when people are having a hard time. Really good grape. And typically, to go even further, I think that when people are having a hard time, what they're truly yearning for is human connection, to be seen, heard, felt, and understood. So we need to make sure that physically we are appearing and being an inviting, warm presence, as opposed to one that is not inviting. No, thank you. The next tip would be breath work and making sure that you're mindful of the way that you breathe. I like to make sure that I'm not breathing out of my mouth on a daily basis. I think that's a good general practice. I've mentioned in my meditation video that the air that we breathe is better filtered through our noses than it is through our mouths. And in general, I notice that I have a more deeper rooted belly breath when I breathe through my nose, as opposed to the shallow breath that I usually experience breathing through my mouth. When we have a calm, grounded breath, I think it's easier for whoever it is that we're working with or hoping to help out to sort of mirror that breath work. Even sometimes I like to actually count in for 4 and hold that at the top and breathe out. Just slow, and even I put... Okay, I'll put all these grapes in here. I oftentimes also tell Donovan, I'm gonna take a big deep breath, okay? And I set the tone in moments that I need some co-regulation. I need to regulate my emotions on days that are very tense or trying or difficult. Sometimes I'll be feeling so scattered and going about the house and going about all the things that I need to do. I've got like several people calling me. I'll tell Donovan, yeah, you can use that, baby. I need to take a deep breath. Okay, I'm gonna take a deep breath now. Thank you. You know, and showing him what it looks like. And anytime that you are positively regulating your emotions, I think it's really, really wonderful to share that experience with your children. My next tip would be to avoid trying to fix something. A big misconception that I see when it comes to respectful child rearing and co-regulation or empathy is that we're using this as some sort of trick, a way to undermine our child's hard experience and get it to stop. That is not what this is. When we are listening and present and engaged with our child in an empathetic way, truly trying to understand what's beneath the surface. I love that picture of the iceberg that says angry at the top, and then under the surface is all of the real primary emotions that people are experiencing that lead to anger as a secondary emotion, such as confusion, hurt, embarrassment, insecurity. The list goes on and on and on. In fact, I'll put it right here. So opening our eyes wider in this time, not trying to solve a problem or offer solutions. And again, this concept, these tips apply to every relationship. When your spouse or someone in your life is having a hard time and really going off or just really expressing themselves, let's say, and experiencing some pretty big heightened emotions, the last thing you want to do is tell them that they try to get them to calm down. It's a natural tendency, because I think that's what we've been taught for so long, that crying bad, very bad, big emotions bad. But the truth is that they're so good. It is such a normal human thing to need to release big tension, to release these big heightened feelings of deep-rooted insecurity, of fear, of confusion, lack of security, whatever it is. Opening our eyes wider here and trying to understand what's under the surface. What is leading them to feel this way? What has been going on, especially when it comes to your child? Why would they be feeling this way? What events have been going on lately in our household? Has there been tension? Have there been changes? Is it a big transition? And truly accepting that there is no fixing here. There is no solution here. The best thing that you can give your child in a time of hardship, difficulty, of heightened emotions, is genuine, non-judgmental presence and engagement to help them work through this, no matter how long it takes, no matter how many times this has happened, or no matter how trivial you think their experience is, or how small you think the problem that they're enduring really is. The fixing occurs through co-regulation. The solution occurs through us being there truly to see, feel, hear, and understand. That is what's going to give our children long-term emotional intelligence, as opposed to, oh, you're okay, it's okay. I think we jump too quickly to want people to stop feeling things because it makes us uncomfortable. I love, and I think I've mentioned this quote all the time, but Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers, the best ever, he says, people have said, don't cry to other people for years and years, and all it has ever meant is, I'm too uncomfortable when you show your feelings. Don't cry. I'd rather have them say, go ahead and cry. I'm here to be with you. True. Donovan, are you okay? You're tooting a lot. And I know I've shared that before, and it's for good reason, because that is truly what all of us need. We just need someone to be there. Not try to fix us, not try to fix our problem, not try to tell us what to do to feel better, or to tell us it's okay, don't cry, you know. We just need someone to be there. And it's really not hard when, again, we remove ourselves. Huh?
New sock.
New sock?
No, new sock.
Oh, new snack? Okay, go ahead and find something. There's even cookies. I'm almost done. This is a quick video, okay? Okay. Actually, this is my next tip. So to pay attention to your response, to your triggers. What is it about your child's experience, or your partner in this co-regulation process's experience? There's one for me and one for you. Thanks.
Do it for you.
Yeah.
Do it for me.
I made vegan no-bake cookies. Can you see it? Wait. Thanks, Donovan. So good. Oh, I'm gonna show them yours. Hold it up high. You okay? Being aware, and I think that this is the most beautiful part of being a parent. Hey, can you not do that, bud? Don't push that over there. This is where, in my opinion, we start to heal our inner child. We start to really bring awareness to who we are and why we do what we do, why we think and feel the way that we do about things and in certain moments, why stuff makes us uncomfortable when it does. That is exactly how we come into a higher consciousness. So in these moments of co-regulation with your child, if something is really just bugging the crap out of you, you're like, stop crying, or why are you frustrated by this, or why are you reacting so in such a big way to this? Think back to your own childhood for a moment, if you can. I know it's hard in the moments of co-regulating, but really think back. Go deep, go inward, and think, was I allowed to feel big, uncomfortable emotions? Was I Whoa. Was I allowed to express them to anyone? Did I feel heard? Did I feel listened to? Was there anybody present with me that really was there for me when I was feeling this way? Or did I feel alone? Or was I punished or reprimanded for having big feelings or big reactions to things? Or my reactions to things labeled as big reactions? Was it maybe I was labeled as dramatic or sensitive, or told directly, stop crying or stop pouting? I know my mom used to tell me all the time, it looks, if you keep your lip out there long enough, a bird's gonna poop on it. Literally, this is an expression. Hi mom, if you're watching, I know you watch all my videos. My mom is now a huge advocate for respectful child rearing, and I love it so much, but that was what I was taught, and I was told my whole life that I was super sensitive. So naturally, when I do have days or moments where I'm feeling this is hard, or this is, I'm so frustrated and I just want to cry, or I just want to have a moment where I'm like, no, I feel really ashamed, and I feel like pretty isolated. And I think that that's a normal response. So we don't want to create that same issue for our children or the people in our lives. We have to evaluate those triggers. Why am I uncomfortable about this? What was my experience, and why has it led me to feel this way when my child's feeling a certain way? And obviously you can start to slowly assess that as time goes by. You don't have to do a full-on self-analysis in this moment where you're trying to support another person, but it's an important aspect of this, in my opinion, because we can truly be present and be there for another person when we get it, when we really authentically understand, like, yeah, no, I've been there, I've felt that way, and it's human. Oh, okay, ready? Here we go. Mama shark do 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 do, mama shark do do shark do 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 do. Oh shoot, hold on, I gotta take a break. Gotta finish my video, okay? 1 more minute because my camera's dying now. My next tip would be to provide the proper warm, loving environment for this co-regulation process. So let's say your child's having a hard time in a restaurant or at the park or somewhere, the library. If they really need your help and they're really having a hard time, don't keep them in this hustling, bustling environment with all these people or people that are gonna trigger you, maybe make you feel like, oh my God, people are judging me in here. You wanna be able, hold on, Dean, please don't touch that, okay? You wanna be able to be super present and engaged. And also, you want your child to feel like they have the ability and the freedom to feel however it is that they need to feel and express whatever it is they think they need to express. I want to mention this great book called Roots of Empathy. I read this a while ago, but I want to bring it up because I think it's a great read in terms of truly understanding that, you know, as human beings, we're all having a pretty darn similar experience, and we all need to feel, again, that same sort of deep-rooted human connection, being heard and understood, and it's important to realize that in order to be present, be able to offer a positive co-regulating experience for your child. I'll put that in the description box below. My last piece of advice would absolutely be to operate in the sportscasting zone. I have a video all about sportscasting, and I think it's a really helpful tool. So not judging or labeling or even really saying anything about your child's experience other than objective things about the way that what you're seeing before you. So, I see you're so disappointed about that. And you know, it's so funny, a smile comes to my face when I think about some of the things Donovan has had really huge reactions to. For example, not being able, yesterday he really wanted to have this soup. He loves our kale minestrone, and I ran out, like I don't have any more. And he was screaming to me, I want soup. And then he was like, no, banging on the dishwasher, flailing on the floor. I mean, having a really huge response to this lack of soup. Okay, and again, it's so sad, but so funny in a way, you know, the things that our children have big reactions to because they're just so new and they have to process so much. But it was important in this moment for me to sportscast and simply say, oh my gosh, Dee, I know you're so disappointed about the soup. I know. It's okay to be disappointed. You can cry, and I'm here. And just being there with him and telling him, you can cry. I know, I love that soup too. I know. Sometimes you can't, you know, have that. And it's disappointing. It's normal to feel disappointed. I'm here. The same thing goes for obviously bigger issues, and of course this does trickle into adult relationships of every kind. Simply saying, hey, no, it's normal to feel that way. It's normal to feel that way, so feel it. And you can cry. I'm here. It's just, I think, one of the most incredible things that you could tell another person. And because at the end of the day, all of our big reactions to things typically, especially as we grow and develop and have more tools for positively expressing how we feel, come from the same desire for real human connection. Thank you, bud. For being seen, heard. Oh, and that's one last tip. Really, truly make eye contact with your kids when you're helping them out. I think that this is something that goes overlooked. Yes, oh yes, I see you're disappointed. Really engage with them. Be present with them. Let them know that you really are truly there. Because again, like I was saying, that's all anybody ever wants and needs, and in order to understand, you know, a healthy ability to regulate their emotions and move forward in life in a positive way as confident, emotionally intelligent people. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. If it was, please give me a thumbs up, hit that like button. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do, and hit the notification bell for notifications every time I publish a new video. Follow me over on Instagram at the Mellow Mama to get a peek into our daily life together. And I think that's it. Oh, if you can't comment, send me questions and comments to my email or over on Instagram. It's a great way to get in touch with me, although it's a little bit backed up. It's very hard to reach everybody, especially with like thorough, in-depth responses, but I do try my very, very, very best. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. See ya.